Daniel, tell us a little bit about yourself. You just got accepted into CEIBS, so congratulations.
Yes,
Tell
thank
us,
you.
yeah, tell us about your background.
So I'm born in Jakarta, and then I moved to Singapore when I was seven for my elementary and middle school, and then I moved to Seattle again at 16 for my college, and I worked in the U.S. for a year for a Japanese multinational company. I worked for a Japanese freight forwarder,
Okay.
Houston Logistics. They're part of the NYK group. And after working a year in the US, I decided that, my family is in Asia, and then my future career goals,
Yeah.
they're more aligned if I'm back in Asia. So that's when I decided to move back to Asia in 2016, January. Yes. So right now I'm working in the family business. Uh, so we're in the manufacturing industry. So we produce wooden slats for the production of the wooden case pencils.
Okay.
So like the color pencils, eyebrow pencils, and
Cool.
the 2B pencils. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. And walk us through your thought process and kind of how you decided this is why I want an MBA, and then these are the schools that are going to help me get there.
What made me want to do an MBA is, right now I have about 2 to 3 years working experience.
Hmm.
And if I stay at the business right now, like I'll stay forever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I won't have like any more gaps. So my family, they really support me of doing an MBA. Because it will add value to the family business, and then they're investing in me.
Yeah. Definitely.
Essentially, I only applied to schools in the Asia region. So HKUST, HKU, CUHK,
Yeah.
Shanghai Jiao Tong, Fudan, Waseda. Yes, because these schools are, in Shanghai, Hong Kong, and um, Tokyo.
Hmm.
Like these schools are, there's a lot of resources in the alumni network that can
Okay.
allow me to, improve on some of the current production abilities we have in our factory. So I want to work on that, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then you decided to go to boot camp.
Based on what I heard from my other campmates, yes, they all did their interviews via Skype.
Give us the scoop. What did they ask you in your in your Skype interview?
Yeah, they asked, what are you doing right now? What
Hmm.
did you do in the past? And then what do you want to do in the future? Yes, they're trying to get a sense of what your direction is like. Yes.
Right. When can you sign up for that?
I believe the deadline is on June,
Hmm.
June 13th, if I'm
Before
not mistaken.
sign up.
So like right now this year we have a CIEBS bootcamp that's coming up in July, I believe,
Okay, so
and
around the
the
same.
deadline is also in June. And I think you can already apply to that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
actually, I saw on the website, so it says, I was looking into it, it says you can get your toes wet and dive right into Shanghai life and business. So, how was that true for you?
Yes. It's a 5-day bootcamp program. I think it's like a light version of what you would expect in a CIEBS MBA.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it was more of like it was pretty like laid back, during the non-teaching classes.
right.
You get to interact with, the boot camp mates and the faculty, the administration staff. The CIEBS boot camp was really like it was the aha moment that CIEBS is the school that I wanted to go to. Yeah, I mean, I've been to Shanghai like a couple of times before the boot camp, so I already got the gist of Shanghai.
Yeah, you have
But for
that
someone
benefit.
that's haven't been to Shanghai or China, I think that's really like, as you said, dive right into Shanghai. Then it's a very different experience that you can get elsewhere. To be honest, like during the camp, like a lot of the campmates were doing their junior, senior year in college.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
in
yes,
the
and
CEIBS boot camp.
yeah, and we also had like applicants that had 10 years of work experience, just trying to see what an MBA experience is like.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So you had like a really wide range of classmates.
Yes, we have 65 applicants. I'm sorry, 65 campmates, and then coming from 24 countries. Diverse, yes. I
Awesome.
think they want to mimic the MBA class size and then just put it on a smaller scale.
Yeah, and you actually met Darren at the boot camp, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes, yes.
Was there like a networking dinners or?
Yes, we do like networking events, and then they were doing a showcase of the like incubators in Shanghai, like open spaces offices that they ran out in Shanghai. It's in a Naked Hub, and then they had a few presentations of some of the ongoing trends and programs that's going on. Yes,
Awesome.
It was yeah. I mean, I was really glad that I went to the CIEBS boot camp. That by joining the boot camp, like it waived the application fee.
Had you already taken your GMAT before you went, or not yet?
Yes, I
Okay,
GMAT before I went to the boot camp.
Yeah,
And
it says you also.
with that you get a 20% discount.
Yeah,
on
the
the boot
20%
camp.
discount too. Which
Yes.
hey, everything helps. But
Yes. There's also like an early bird discount, so
Yeah.
discounts on top of discounts.
Yeah. CEIBS has an actual test that you can do instead of your GMAT. Can you talk about that?
Yes, the CEIBS admissions test, it's similar to the GMAT, except that it doesn't have the IR and the first two sections, the
Yeah.
writing and the that one. So it's just the verbal and the quantitative.
Okay, awesome.
It's a 2 hour and 30 minutes test
Mm-hmm.
and 92 questions, and it's pretty much separated into 5 sections. To do the CEIBS admissions test, you have to get interviewed on campus as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a requirement. During the application, there's choices that they say, do you want to take the interview on campus? And if you want to take the admissions test, you have to check that box.
Okay.
That means you have to go to Shanghai for your interview. It's either on campus or via Skype. I think what made me stand out is I'm an Indonesian applicant that wants to that has a strong passion and interest in China.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the traditional Indonesian applicants they target regions like Europe and Asia and even Australia, because Australia is pretty close to Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
And also I stand out because I speak Mandarin and English fluently.
So you already have
Yes,
the language barrier covered.
Yes. My father is from Taiwan.
Awesome.
So yes, I'm like a hybrid, I think.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I was looking over your app. You speak like 5 languages, right? 4 or 5?
Yes. The question was like, let me get to it. Discuss your post-MBA career aspirations. That was the first question, and then like the second one is, as the world's largest consumer market and fastest growing economy of the last 3 decades, China has offered outstanding opportunities for international professionals in search of a career boost. Mm-hmm. What plans outside of the school's career services do you plan to make in order to reach your professional objectives? And that's when I expand on doing an internship and then talking about the trends in China that's relatable to Indonesia, and also the increasing amount of partnerships that's China-Indonesia focused. I didn't want to rush to submit on my round one because I had the 550 GMAT, and I want to give myself more time to prepare for the CIEBS admissions test, because I did the CIEBS admissions test on February 17,
Mhm.
and then my interview was on February 18.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the deadline for round one was January 11, and then at that time I was I had a very hectic schedule, so it just worked out that I applied for round two.
Yeah.
Yes. So I first did my GMAT prep.
Hmm.
On my 550 score GMAT, I spent only like 2 weeks. It was like a
Oh my
last
gosh.
minute
Yeah.
thing, yeah. After that, I went to do my CV. I had my mentors and my previous managers take a look at my CV to see that if this aligns to what was mentioned in my CV. And then, I did my CV before the essay because I want to, have that self-awareness, you know, self-reflection time before I, set that I outline an idea on my essay. Yes, I met up with some of my like the CEIBS current student and
Oh,
alumni.
awesome.
I talked a lot with them. I didn't really practice, but I just talked with them, and then during the our discussion and conversation, I kind of get like what should I do and not do like in the interviews. Successful like CEIBS student and CEIBS alumni. That's really helpful.
Oh yeah. And then so they were pretty willing to help you?
Yeah, well, I asked many people, and then yeah, I got like a few responses. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So did you already know people on CEIBS? Were these people that you met at boot camp, or did you just get the contacts from like the school website?
I got the contacts from LinkedIn and CIEBS Bootcamp. Yeah, yeah, I'm really very active in outreaching people,
Mm-hmm.
like reaching people out on like LinkedIn.
Yeah.
There were two interviewers. One was Professor Sebastian Shu,
Mm-hmm.
and the other was Mr. Stephen G. And Mr. Shu is a professor in CEIBS.
Mm-hmm.
He's and Mr. Stephen G is an assistant director of the financial aid program. It was pretty much like walk me through your resume, and then
Yeah.
why CEIBS, why Shanghai,
Yeah.
like why MBA, and why your career goal. Like they asked me questions on why do you want to establish your own brand. Yeah, it
Like
was a
personal.
very personal questions, like very specific to my case.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
So there's
Yeah.
no bluffing on that.
Oh no
They're,
no no, they can they could tell at a glance. Yeah.
yeah. What advice would you give for people who want to get into CEIBS?
Connect with current students and get WeChat. WeChat is like an
WeChat.
application that's widely used in China. It's like
Okay.
you can use it to pay like and everything. And then once you have WeChat, it's really easier to connect with current MBA, current CEIBS student and the current CEIBS alumni,
Yeah.
and also the admission staff. Like with WeChat, like you can like pretty much not use like email anymore because like
Awesome.
everyone's on WeChat. Yeah, I would visit Shanghai. I would
Mhm.
visit CEIBS just to get a sense of what the school you will be in, because MBA is a huge investment.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you'll be somewhere that you like in this 1.5 year, 18 months.
Yeah. And then definitely you said boot camp, right? You recommend.
Boot
Yeah.
camp is like number one.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. I think it's definitely cool to, like you said, get an inside what it's like from a successful CEIBS student. And congrats. We're excited to hear more
Thank
about
you.
your experience once you
Yeah.
start classes too.
Yes.
So, all right. Well,
Yes.
we'll check in with we'll check in with you then later on once you start the program. And thank you.